friends, I've just finished reading this book titled India's Greatest Speeches, compiled by Nitin Agarwal. Nitin Agarwal. The publisher of this book is Grapevine India Publishers Limited, published in 2014. The price of this book is rupees 195. It comprises of 325 pages. Most of the speeches are available in the archives, yet I would say Nitin has done a good job of providing them in a ready-made platter. The selection of speeches and the introduction of the personality before each speech is also quite absorbing. Friends, at times we all feel we know a celebrity quite well, but when you start reading about him, you feel otherwise. Overall, it's a stimulating collection of thoughtful speeches delivered by some of the most prominent personalities of India. But then, one viewpoint could be, why read these speeches at all? What do you gain out of them? Well, let me tell you, behind every speech lies the covert and overt accomplishment of the personality, rather the sense of the orator, rather the sense of the orator's personality, which knowingly or unknowingly, directly or indirectly comes out for the betterment of the common man. There is a verse in Gita that says, masses follow the classes. Moreover, speeches often silhouette the inveterate mindset of the orator. It at times even doubles up as a mini biography of the personality. Set to inspire, the book includes some of the most stirring and eloquent addresses by Rabindranath Tagore, Swami Vivekananda, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Mother Teresa, J.R.D. Tata, Abdul Kalam, Narendra Modi, and many other influential Indian leaders. The book starts with a short insight from Bhagavad Gita. It then goes on to cover 25 speeches of 23 Sinazor personalities of India. One will find a good amount of historical perspective in some of the speeches. Almost all speeches are loaded with aspects of challenge, failure, success, struggle, decision making, telling of tough tales and life lessons, and in the ultimate, the making of those towering personalities. An interesting pattern that unknowingly emerges out of the book is the feel of what India or the bigwigs of India were towards the end of the 19th century, when Swami Vivekananda delivered that famous speech in Chicago in 1893, up to almost a decade and a half after independence, say 1965, and how India changed after 1965, and with that the personalities, the viewpoints, the values, and even the ambitions. The world of today has become more complex, competition has intensified, struggles have become long and even tougher. Globalization has taken over issues, and nothing is isolated and everything is known to everyone. The speeches post 1965 reflect that in some way or the other. So, times have changed. The span of speeches is in this particular book is from 1893 to present days. There are two speeches of Mahatma Gandhi delivered in the years 1912 and 1922. When you read these speeches, you get an eerie feeling as to how different India has become since then. Shahid Bhagat Singh's famous daring statement before Lahore High Court bench exhibits his jazba, his passion for his motherland, India. In the year 1937, Veer Damodar Savarkar, then president of Akhil Bharatiya Hindu Mahasabha, delivered a speech in Karnavati defining Hinduism, which is extremely interesting. There are other masterpieces too, namely Tagore in 1941 and Dr. Radhakrishnan in 1947. Then you have the famous speeches of Subhash Chandra Bose, Give Me Blood and I Promise You Freedom, and Nehru's Tryst with Destiny. In the year 1948, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel delivered his famous speech at Calcutta Maidan on unification of India. Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, a very important leader of Jansangh, now morphed into BJP in the year 1965, had addressed a full house on integral Hinduism. So these are kind of the speeches that you have in this particular book. One is really moved by the humbleness of Mother Teresa when one goes through her address that she made in 1975 in that historic speech at the time of accepting the Nobel Peace Prize, and J.R.D. Tata's superlative speech in the year 1982 on his historic flight reenactment, and that famous speech of Mrs. Gandhi, her last one in 1984, after which she was assassinated. Now, who can forget Atal Bihari Vajpayee's famous 2001 address in the United Nations General Assembly, and Narayan Murthy in his 2007 pre-commencement address at New York University describing his volatile and very tough journey. There are two speeches of Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered in 2014, one at FICCI Ahmedabad and the second one on Independence Day, that outlines India's future and what he intends doing for the country. Then we have President Abdul Kalam's par excellence speech that he delivered in 2011, which is so very educative. On the creative side, there are A.R. Rahman's 2009 Oscar Awards acceptance address and Shah Rukh Khan's famous Courage in Success delivered in 2013. Lifetime Achievement Awards don't come easy. Everyone knows about the struggle Azim Premji took to erect his mighty empire. He speaks on the occasion in the year 2013 at the Economic Times Awards. Last, but not the least, the making of the world champions. Sports achievements are one of the toughest, where you start alone, and if you're not successful, you go into oblivion and followed by a big depression. There are three wonderful speeches. One is by Vishwanath Anand, 2007 speech at NIT Chennai. Second is by Abhinav Bindra, 2013 at Go Sports Foundation Conclave. And the third is by Master Blaster Sachin Tendulkar, 2013, A Farewell to Cricket. So friends, overall it's an interesting read. If you're inclined to know these personalities more than what you heard about them through WhatsApp or any other social media means. So that way it's an interesting book, and you'll also get to know their tedious journey, how they covered all their tracks, and how they rose to fame. I'm separately attaching in this particular presentation only a list of speeches for you. Meanwhile, goodbye and see you soon.